Happy Monday afternoon, Buzzers. I'm your host, JT Arose.
And I'm your host, Melicia Johnson.
Today we have such an exciting show for you all. One celeb had to go to bed extra early last night. Here's why.
I have school tomorrow. I have to be up early to go to University of Southern California and do their radio show or TV show or what alumni that have poppin' Snapchat accounts do, you know what I'm saying?
Reality star Spencer Pratt is in the building for an exclusive sit-down interview with The Buzz. If you want to ask him a question, comment on our Facebook or tweet us at USC The Buzz. So don't go anywhere. The Buzz starts now.
Before we sit down with Mr. Pratt Daddy himself, here are the top pop culture stories of this week. Coming in at number 3, Justin Bieber had fans a bit concerned after hearing that he was involved in a car accident Friday night in West Hollywood. The singer was on Sunset Boulevard when his Mercedes G-Wagon was rear-ended by the driver of a white Range Rover. Bieber walked away with minimal damage done to his car, but from the looks of this Twitter video taken by a fan, the white Range Rover seems like it's pretty much totaled. Luckily, there were no injuries reported on the scene.
Oh, I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, me
and
too.
on to our second story of the countdown. Trey Songz may have more than a domestic violence case to worry about now. A lawyer, Lisa Bloom, says the two women are accusing the singer of physical assault. In an interview with @PopCulture, Bloom says the two women seem very credible and have evidence of support. This comes after Trey Songz turned himself in last week to face a felony domestic charge and posted $50,000 bail. We obtained his booking information from LAPD, and Songz tweeted about the arrest and claimed he was being falsely accused for someone's personal gain.
This is such an icky situation. How do you separate the artist from their personal issues, that goes on in their life?
I mean, it's so hard to. I feel so conflicted because I love his music, but if we don't separate it, then it's really hard to continue listening to Trey Songz, Chris Brown, Michael Jackson.
So I'm so mad you just said Michael Jackson.
Because you never know. So I don't know. I'm hoping that there's some good that can come out of this and the justice that needs to be served. But this is just sad to hear all around.
Well, speaking of good coming out of a horrible situation, this next story definitely deserves the #1 spot on our countdown. The March for Our Lives rally that was held on Saturday is still the talk of the town. Our executive producer, Brittany Hope, was at the march this weekend and shot some of this footage. If you didn't attend the march or watch the coverage, you truly missed out on an emotional, uplifting, and overall just a great experience. Brittany, tell us about it.
Absolutely. I mean, you totally hit it on the head. It was uplifting. It was amazing. I actually saw while we were marching and covering the event, we saw Natalie Portman with her baby who was marching along with her family and friends, and it was absolutely incredible. But we know that there were celebrities there and there were politicians there, but really the star of the show were the kids. I mean, we had little babies being pushed in their strollers with signs, kids on their parents' shoulders, kids who metroed themselves there, kids who Ubered there, kids who walked there. I mean, it was absolutely incredible to see the leadership that these young children took on and to see how well educated they are. But I mean, in the end, it really gave me hope for our future because these are the kids that are going to be taking care of all of us in a few decades. So.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Emma Gonzalez at the march in D.C. took the stage, and her speech was so powerful. She was quiet for about 4.5 minutes, and her speech was 2 minutes overall. So it was like 6 minutes together, but it was such a great speech.
Definitely a huge face of this movement, so we're really happy to see her speaking there. Thank you so much, for sharing your experience at the march, and just overall, it's great to see that the people who are there, who are just regular, normal people and celebrities who are there, are also kind of figuring out ways to share their platform and use their voice to get this issue out there.
Yeah, I totally agree. Entertainment and politics are at this intersection where they're combining. Over the weekend, I attended the Paley Fest at the Dolby Theater and had a chance to talk with Kat Cantler, who is currently the showrunner for OWN's hit series, Queen Sugar. I was curious to hear her perspective on the importance of creating content that discusses social issues. Let's check it out. As a producer and as a creator, how important is it to you to create content that moves this world forward?
Oh man, I mean, we're so lucky to be able to tell stories and to be able to represent many stories on the screen, and just it's really empowering both on our end and on the audience, and to be able to shine lights on worlds and communities that haven't gotten to be seen yet.
It's a really powerful thing when entertainment and politics come together for a good cause. And speaking of which, hey guys, I'm Allegra Gutierrez and this is Monday Minute. On Saturday, the masses made history once again as people from all walks of life marched together in support of gun control. Showing their support with their voice, Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Ariana Grande took the stage Saturday to perform for the crowds as they marched. Paul McCartney, Jimmy Fallon, Kendall Jenner, and Hailey Baldwin, as well as Kim and Kanye, held their signs high above their heads in solidarity with the March for Our Lives movement. In addition to marching, George and Amal Clooney, Oprah, and Steven Spielberg also made headlines last month for pledging $500,000 to the cause. It's a powerful thing when all walks of humanity, celebrities, and everyone else alike come together in support of a common cause. That's what everyone was talking about this weekend on Monday Minute. Remember to comment on our Facebook or tweet us at the USC The Buzz with questions you have for Spencer Pratt. Let's take it to Star, who's going to tell us about all the things happening in fashion right now.
Hey Buzzers, I'm Carrie Star Henley and welcome to Trendsetters. Today we'll be talking about spring's biggest fashion trends with our hosts JT and Melicia. Let's start with this spring's necessity, slim retro cat eyeglasses. Rihanna, Cardi B, and Gigi Hadid are not afraid to make a statement in these slim spectacles. Gigi Hadid even created her own version of this edgy style as a part of her collaboration with Vogue Eyewear.
I love those.
Yes.
Those are hot. Those, I actually don't really like those that much, but she wears them. I'm like, I might have to get me some.
Can I just say I already bought myself a pair, and in black, maybe I'll get one in white. It's just so classic. I love it.
I love it too. I think it's definitely for the trendy girl. So I hope everyone is wearing them because I'll be wearing them. Next, we have to talk about ruffles. Ruffles bring a warm breeze to any spring look. On Thursday, Beyonce sported a white ruffle dress from Temporarily London on her Instagram. 90s sitcom queens Tiffany Thiessen from Saved by the Bell and Full House's beloved DJ Candace Cameron Bure were both spotted rocking ruffles on the orange carpet at the Kids' Choice Awards this past weekend. Candace's daughter Natasha Bure also joined in on the trend. Well, as you guys can already see, I love ruffles.
Yeah. I love ruffles too. It makes you feel, just flowy and free.
Yes.
Feminine. It's so
very feminine for spring. That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, and the biggest trend is a classic spring favorite, pastels. Pastels was a designer favorite during London's Fashion Week, and celebs cannot get enough of the trend. Zendaya is giving complete spring vibes with pastel yellow denim set from Boohoo. Kim Kardashian has been spotted staying warm in pastel-colored jackets during the recent LA spring showers.
Oh, I love pastels, especially like a baby blue and pink. They're so gorgeous to look at.
They're
I'm a yellow
spring.
and lavender girl. Yeah.
They're definitely so spring, and you can't have the season without pastels.
Right. Totally.
That's all for a week on Trendsetters. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's toss it over to Megan for our exclusive interview with reality TV star Spencer Pratt.
Thanks, Star. Let's welcome this week's live guest, The Hills and USC alum Spencer Pratt. Thank you for joining me today, Spencer.
Oh my gosh, most excited I've been since graduation.
And if you guys have any last-minute questions you want Spencer to answer, be sure to comment below or tweet us at USC The Buzz, and we'll make sure we get those in. So, Spencer, first off, we hear that you have a new deal in the works with MTV, kind of related to your infamous Snapchat stories.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Friday I signed the paperwork, so it's official. It's an overall deal, so it's gonna have like digital series and I think also an actual television projects as well. So, but I'm most excited for the YouTube series that I'm doing with them that I actually can't give you the details because it's still a secret, but it's gonna be a banger.
Can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, so it's amazing.
So you started here at USC and then went to the Hills. So how was that how was the transition between being a student to being a reality star and then being a reality star who is a student? Like, how is that kind of going for you back in the day when you attended here?
So I think my first year at USC or second, the Osbournes was big on TV. You guys are too young. It was a show about Ozzy Osbourne. vintage MTV. And I saw this on while I was at school. I was like, I know somebody who's got a bigger house than Ozzy Osbourne. It felt like that was just the show. It was like a mansion in Beverly Hills. So I took a leave of absence and bought a camera and went and filmed a pilot of my friend Brody Jenner and his stepdad, David Foster, and then sold that to Fox when I was 20 years old and got $3.7 million and like youngest executive producer title in Hollywood for television for a network show. So I was like, oh, I'm done with school. I don't need a degree. I'm gonna be a millionaire. And then I learned how television works. The day after the show premiered, the stars of my series got a divorce after being together for 25 years. They waited to get the divorce the morning after our premiere. So I get a call from the chairman of News Corp. He's like, Spencer, we bought a show about a married family, not a divorce. The show's canceled. So now I'm going back to college. I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be a millionaire. I don't want to go to class. And so then I see The Hills on, and I see one of my employees is the producer. Like a month ago, one of my employees is now the producer of The Hills. So I call him, I'm like, you have a new show and you didn't bring your boy on? Like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, it's a set cast this girl from Laguna Beach, which was LC and her life. And I was like, no, I'm getting on that show. So I had learned the game of reality TV from making my own show that they need a villain, they need drama. So, you know, I went in there not planning on really falling in love with Heidi and having a baby and happily ever after. But so it was a 10-year process, long story short, going back to SC, going back to TV, but I'm so glad I finished. If it weren't for Heidi, my last part of school, Heidi went to class with me and like made sure I like did my homework. And
that's great.
So that was amazing. But it's one of my like, you should, no matter what happens in your life, you need to get your SC degree. It's like the moral of the story.
And like what a Trojan, like ambitious spirit to like go and make like be the youngest executive in reality TV. So it's great.
Lots of hard lessons, I would say. Just study, enjoy class. It's way more fun than the real world.
And so speaking of Heidi and supporting you, now you two have a lovely new addition to your family you get to support. How's fatherhood going and how has that changed you in your career and in just being yourself?
Well, Us Weekly called our baby the Miracle Baby on the cover, so I refer to our son as the Miracle Baby. And I will say it really has been a miracle because I feel like ever since he's born, just opportunities, positivity, just so much love. So it's been just beyond a blessing. And my wife, who doesn't sleep, is like a legit superhero. Like I'm like, how are you? Just like, it's incredible. So I was very nervous about being a dad because I don't like responsibility and there's a lot of it. And there's no more just like, oh, I can do whatever I want today. So it continues to be a hard adjustment. Like, if you're gonna have a kid, be ready. Like, I'm glad I waited because I don't think I was ready any younger.
And so obviously you've made your name in reality TV and been very successful with that. Would you ever go back to reality TV and would you let your Miracle Baby Gunner go on the show with you?
Yeah, the deal with MTV definitely has the possibilities for, you know, a docu-series. So I love reality television. I think it's the greatest thing ever. So I never was trying to get off of reality TV, but there's only so many shows you can do at once. But I would, whatever he wants to do, I would much rather him be like really smart and get, you know, not have to go on television, you know, and be a billionaire or whatever. But if he's like, I want to be famous, and be like, yeah, son.
So you would probably wait until he could make the decision himself?
No. If there's cameras rolling, he'll be a like little Assad, DJ Khaled's son, you know, I'm coming for him. But like at a certain age, obviously, when he's like aware of like, I don't want to be famous, then it's like, okay, change your name.
All right, well, so do you still keep in touch with any of your Hills co-stars from back in the day?
Yeah, everyone but LC, you know, she's a great person, but, you know, we didn't keep in touch back then, so it wouldn't make sense. But yeah, and I think there could be like a new Hills happening, so that would be because they brought back Jersey Shore and it's already been picked up for another season. It's only aired one episode, so MTV's really about bringing back the nostalgic like franchises from the past. So there could be Hills coming back, which would be amazing for my life. Yeah, that much.
All right, and would you mind just helping me wrap up the show real quick? Just
Let's
say,
wrap. What are we? Oh, we're wrapping.
thank you for watching the show today, everyone. This is Spencer Pratt going to wrap it up for us.
Thank you. This is the greatest network ever, the Trojan, the Buzz. So don't ever miss an episode, okay, people? And watch all of our channels and subscribe to the Buzz Snapchat, the Buzz Facebook, and the Buzz YouTube channel.
Yes. And don't forget to check out Pratt Daddy's Snapchat and also Instagram. Thank you so much for having us.
It was a blessing. Thank you.